Hey guys, this is Josh at the NaryCast, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I wanted to start the video by saying don't forget to like and subscribe to these videos. Obviously, we want to push our subscribers. You guys can comment on this, whatever you want, honestly. And we want to push this thing out to reach even more people, especially in these early stages. But we are today going to dive a little bit deeper into St. Philip Neri and how he kind of relates to the lay apostolate side of this podcast. And if this is your first video you're seeing, you haven't seen the other two, I encourage you to go back and watch them. But the kind of premise of them is we dove deep into like what is this podcast, what's it for, who is Saint Philip Neri? Because a lot of people don't know who is Saint Philip Neri, and and how is Saint Philip Neri related to the mission of this podcast. So the mission of this podcast being to spread joy and to show people the beautiful ways that people are serving as part of the lay apostolate. And so you guys will see we'll be doing a whole bunch of interview style. Typically, be another person here, and we're going to be doing like an interview style of talking to different types of people. So next week we have my beautiful wife. She's going to be on. We'll be talking about marriage and dating and how to live with Christ as the center in the home. We have Focus Missionary lined up. We have who's that? The district attorney is going to be on from Tulsa, and we also have Bishop Conderla as well lined up. So we're super excited for the guests that we have for the month of April. So don't forget to like and subscribe and share this and push it out and tell people about it. Because again, we want to spread joy. We want to help convert. We want to reach at least one person, and that is the goal. And to do all this for the glory of God. So on to today's topic. We're going to go a little bit further into St. Philip Neri to kind of wrap up this month, and then we will jump right into our interviews next month. But I was reading today, and I was watching a video today. My wife tells me I need to read more, and I probably do need to read more. But I was watching a video today on the YouTube channel Blessed Is She, and if I had a fancy little board over here, or if I knew how to edit videos better, I'd be like, we're going to cut to it now. But I don't know how. So I was watching this video on Blessed Is She, and it was all about St. Philip Neri. She makes these awesome videos. They're like 3 to 4 minutes long. They're great little kind of get to know saints. I watched St. Philip Neri and St. Therese, and St. Therese is awesome. But the St. Philip Neri one was super cool because going back to what I said, this podcast is about spreading joy. St. Philip Neri is our patron saint for this podcast and the patron saint of where I work. But then also to show people the lay apostolate, how we can live for Jesus and evangelize as lay people. And today, I realized that St. Philip Neri is actually very involved in both of those. So St. Philip Neri, as you guys know that watched the previous video, or maybe you just know because you're smarter than I am, he was supposed to inherit his family's business. It was his uncle's business. He got sent over there. He was going to inherit it. He was going to live comfortably for the rest of his life. But he actually ended up turning it away to go and serve God. The first video I watched when I first started doing my research on him, some of the stuff I read talked about where he was born, talked about the oratory that he founded, all this stuff. But one thing that it either skipped over or I possibly just didn't comprehend or I didn't remember is that St. Philip Neri actually, when he left his family's business, he actually spent the first 13 years as part of the lay apostolate. He spent the first 13 years as a lay person, and it wasn't until a confessor later on told him that you would be even more effective as a priest. And as he continued his prayerful life, he then felt that call and that urge from God to become a priest and served out the rest of his life as a priest. And I thought that was just so cool. Like it was such a wow moment of St. Philip Neri really watching over this podcast. Something I had been really talking with my spiritual director, with my wife, with even my priest at my parish that me and my family attend. I was talking to them about when doing something like this. First of all, anytime I tell everyone I'm starting up a podcast, they're like, the first reaction is always like, it is so funny because it's true. Everybody and their mom and their dog want to start a podcast, and everybody wants to, I think, be viral, be an influencer. be invited to speak on stage, be invited to join Pints with Aquinas, and to kind of have this fame. And I didn't want to do it for the wrong reasons. I wanted to make sure I wasn't doing it for my glory, but I was doing it for his glory. And I had some great advice when talking to my priest from my parish, Christ the King in Tulsa. And Father Elkin had told me that priests actually struggle with this as well, especially, let's take it back, seminarians struggle with this as well. I'm sure priests do as well. But that there is a constant perfecting your intentions that has to continue to happen in order to follow God's will. Like we're part of a fallen people. We're part of a sinful people. We're naturally like born with natural sin. So we are going to be naturally drawn to that like state of selfishness and state of like my image and wanting to be, especially in today's world, wanting to be famous or wanting to have a certain amount of followers and stuff. And it was really encouraging when I heard that, because I was honestly thinking like, man, maybe I shouldn't start this podcast. Like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Because I just keep thinking like, maybe this will help with work. Maybe it'll help with like I'll become bigger in Tulsa and I'll be able to bring on more donors for the parish, or I'll become bigger and I can turn this into whatever and make more money so I can donate. And it was so easy to think about myself. And it was encouraging because I would have days, this is kind of like a roller coaster. I'd have days where I'd be like, no, this is going to be great. My goal is, it would be great if the thing grew. Still subscribe. But it'd be great if it grew. We want it to grow. We want to reach as many people as God wants this to reach. But being in this constant state of perfecting our intentions as we move forward. And so I think that's, as we do this last one-on-one video before we jump to the interviews, is my advice for you guys that are striving to be part of this lay apostolate, people that are striving to serve God as lay people. We have tons of distractions. We have our marriage, we have kids. If you're younger, maybe you have like just your friends and the party scene, or maybe it's, for some people it's pornography or drugs or something. We have all these distractions that are trying to pull us away from God, and it's super easy to see someone achieving more, see someone see like what society says is more successful or doing better, and it's easy to get into this state of selfishness, of pride, of envy, of jealousy. So we're having to constantly perfect our intentions. And so as we move forward in this podcast, we get into these interviews, like me and my wife will be talking about dating and marriage and living with Christ in the center of your home. We'll be talking about it from an advice standpoint, from a standpoint of this is what we strive for. We are not perfect by any means. Actually, every single person that I talk to on this podcast will not be perfect by any means, but it's going to be something that we are hoping to be able to get the information out there, talk to people that have struggled and have figured out something that God has taught them, so that we can hopefully encourage people and, like I said, reach at least one person through this podcast. So we hope you guys enjoy the interviews. That'll be a little bit longer form than these videos, and we hope that you guys continue to support the channel by literally just liking, subscribing, commenting what your favorite thing about your parish, or just anything, commenting on the video, your objections, your comments on whatever. If you want to add something to what we say, the more you engage, the more you support. So if you're sitting here watching, hit that like button. If you're sitting here watching, comment and tell me what you think. Ask questions, and we want to get to as many of those as we can. But we hope you guys have a blessed day. It is Holy Thursday, so get to Mass, especially this weekend and Easter Sunday. And we are praying for everybody that watches this channel. We are praying for everyone in the Diocese of Tulsa. We're praying for all people out there. And we hope that through this channel, we can continue to chase after His will, that we are constantly perfecting our intentions, and that together as a community, we can grow closer to Christ.